I'm going to do the Capricorn energy for Wednesday, June 16th. And we're going to look at past energies, current energies, and future energies. And this is still a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what does not. Do not try to force anything. If it's meant for you, you will know it. You'll feel it. All right. What's going on with Capricorn and who needs to hear a message? We've got So we have the Magician. We have the Death card. We have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. All right, that's past energies. Current energies, the Hierophant, the Chariot. Oh my goodness, look at all these major cards, these strong messages. I feel like that's been happening lately for Capricorn, as it's stronger messages trying to come through. So we have current energies. And then future energies, Judgment, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Strength. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of major cards here. So in the past we have the Magician. We have the Death card, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. I think yesterday's was about confidence, and I'm kind of feeling like that's kind of spilling over to today. I feel like maybe there was something that you weren't really sure you should let go of, but then because I'm focusing on these two, the Nine of Swords and the Death card, and that you were worried about letting something go. But then you finally did. Like you finally did let it go, and you felt a lot better. You weren't really confident about something. You weren't really sure if that was something that you wanted to do. I feel like my overall general feeling is that there was somebody, I feel like there was somebody that you were seeing, there was somebody that you were with, and then you weren't really sure if you should let them go. And then you were kind of going back and forth with it. And then you let them go. And then now they're back in. And I feel like they're back in. But I feel like in the future, I almost feel like, you know how sometimes if you date someone and then you break up and then you're apart for a while and then you start romanticizing about that relationship and you start thinking about all of the good things and you start missing that person and you're like, well, you know, maybe it wasn't that bad. And then out of the blue, like that person contacts you again. And then you're like, okay, you know, because they've been on your mind and you were kind of thinking of all the good things and you were forgetting about the bad things, you know. You were forgetting about, the hurt, like it wasn't there as much. And then I feel like you've decided that you want to try it again, but then it's like as soon as you get back into it, you realize, oh, this is why I broke up with this person. This is why we separated. This is why I wasn't happy in the first place. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on here, because over here we have the Page of Swords, and then we have the Judgment, and that's about opening up your eyes and really seeing what was going on and being strong enough this time to move away from this relationship. But I feel like right now everything's moving along, but I feel like you have this scattered energy and you're trying to rein it in, and you're kind of like, well, now I'm having questions, I'm having doubts again, but I do want to give this a try. And I feel like right now you're in that kind of wavering. And I feel like maybe you need to really sit down and talk with, maybe just to have your own clarity is to sit down and talk with a friend. But I do feel that you do have to talk with your partner. I feel like you're really looking towards your future, and you're like, do I really want to spend my future with this person? That's what I'm kind of feeling like. Either the future energies, because you've got the Seven of Pentacles, and that's like hard work and patience is rewarded. So I feel like, because this is a general reading, I feel like some of you kind of open your eyes and you realize why you weren't together, and because I feel like you realize why you weren't together. But then some of you, I feel like you work through it. And the current energies is, I feel that you're struggling again. Like you were struggling here, and then you're struggling again. And you're really trying to decide if this is someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, and someone that you want to have a future with. But things have got to change if you decide that you want to stay with this person. I feel that there is a strong connection between the two. I feel that, you feel that there's a strong connection, that you feel this is the person for you, that you want to move forward, but there are some things that the two of you have to work on. There are some things that have to change. There are some things that you have to work on if you want to spend, a lifetime together. And for some of you, I feel that, you feel this is your soulmate, and this is what you have to work on. But things have definitely got to change, okay? And you have to be patient, and you have to compromise, and you have to work together. I feel like maybe back here there wasn't a lot of communication. There just wasn't a lot of communication. There wasn't a lot of connection there. And this time around, I feel like you're both willing to put effort into it, and I feel like you're willing to put more effort into it, but you've really put a lot of thought into it, and you're like, okay, things have got to change this time around. And then, yeah, so for some of you, I feel like this is future energies. I feel like you kind of have that wake-up call, and you're like, okay, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to put the effort into it. I'm going to be strong. We're going to work through this. I've got to be patient. I've got to make sure my eyes are open to all of what's going on, and I'm not going to ignore red flags, and I'm not going to let things slide. I'm going to speak my mind. And it may take some time for you to realize this. I definitely feel it's a work in progress. A work in progress, and the Three of Pentacles that comes up, and that's hard work. And that for some of you that you know, you're ready to put the work in. You're really, you know, you're ready. Like, you know that this is the person that you want to be with. You know that this relationship is going to take some work, but you really want to hang in there. And for some of you, I feel like you realize that it's what you don't want. Like, you open your eyes and you see that it's what you don't want, and you have some closure. So I'm kind of feeling for future energies, you know, I feel like there's kind of two scenarios going on here. You just have to make sure that you stand up for yourself and you say your point of view and you get your point of view across, that you don't let the other person take control, that you don't let it always be about the other person, that you need to stand up for yourself and say what's important to you, and you put your point of view out there. And I think that's important, and I think that's what really helps the relationship, is because you feel like you are putting your voice in. So, and then for those of you who don't want to continue with the relationship, that, you know, you have to make those choices that are best for you so that you can work on your new start. You can work on the direction that you want to go in, and you can work on your happiness, that you have to be strong, even though this may be difficult for you to walk away from this relationship, because you do feel that there is a connection. But sometimes we have connections with people, but it's just not the right time, and it's just not, you know, you still feel strongly about the person, but you know that it just can't work because you've tried it so many times that it's just not working. Maybe in the future it could work out, but right now that it's just not working right now, and it's too much for you, and you've realized that you've got to make the choices that are best for you. So whichever scenario fits for you. All right, so let's close out with a fortune reading card. Kind of feel this one wants to pop out. Key: new beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. All right, so I definitely feel that that fits this reading, is because this applies to both scenarios, because we have this, you know, the Two and the Three of Wands, and that's about looking towards the future. That's about, how do I get there? That's about taking those first steps. It's about those new beginnings. That's definitely new beginnings there. And we have the Ace of Wands, and, you know, for those of you willing to let go of the past, so you have to let go of the past, so that if you decide to work through this, things have to change, and that you have to let go of the past, and you have to not be bringing up what happened in the past in order to move forward for this to be a positive, long-lasting relationship. But then also for those of you that want to let go of this, you have, you know, new directions and adventures await for those ready to let go of this relationship, because you have found your closure and you're ready to start fresh. You know, that's the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So that really applies to both scenarios. So lots for you to think about. What's going on? The girls are so funny. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.